people.
You want to
in
hear
LA.
some crazy hustle?
Yes.
I've never shared with anybody.
Hustle, yes.
Okay, so I was always a big like East Coast rap fanatic, man, and I was like, and before all these kids, this shoe game or whatever, I was already doing that in like early 90s, man. Like my first pair of Jordans were the blue ones in 1988. Like I bought them in 1988. So go fuck yourself, shoeheads. So anyways, I was always into like they call it streetwear, you know what I mean? But urban wear. And it exploded onto the scene in 94. It was like Carl Kanai, Cross Colors. And then there was another one called Mecca. And then there was another one called Dada footwear. These are all like legit streetwear that they blew up. And like LL Cool J always wore a Dada hat. It was like this Scully hat with a rim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the rappers were wearing it, but we didn't have the internet back then. You know what I mean? You had to either go to New York or if you had a friend in New York, they had to buy it somewhere and send it to you. You know what I mean? And there was this guy that was checking into the hotel that I was working at. I was the front desk clerk, and he's paying for all the rooms cash, right? His name's Damien. He's paying all the rooms cash, $2,000 a cash, because he doesn't have a credit card on. He's paying $2,000 a room, and he has this whole, and it says Dada. Right, his name's Damien, blah blah blah, and it's Dada. It's the name of the company, and he's paying for all these rooms under Dada. And I just looked down and I go, "Yo, man, I love that hat. I can't find it anywhere in Vegas. We only had like 2 malls in Vegas, man. This is before Forum Shops and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like Dunes is still up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, the Mirage just came up. Mirage is like the first $1 billion hotel. $500 million it costs. That was like crazy. We couldn't believe that hotel was up because everything else looked like shit. Yeah. And then so anyways, that guy's checking in and I go, how does it feel to work for this company, man? I love your stuff. He goes, oh, I own it. Dude, he was like 25 years old, black guy. I go, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, man, I was working for Pan Am and I designed this hat on a piece of paper. I went to China, had them made up. I went to Magic. Magic is a clothing company, a clothing convention in Vegas. It's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I just made like a couple thousand of those hats, put my business card on it, handed it out to all the buyers out there for free. And when I went back to New York, I had like 10,000 orders. Next thing you know, I'm a millionaire. Next thing you know, I own this fucking corporation. Like he was huge, bro. He was everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I told him I do stand-up, and I go, I'd love to wear your stuff. And when he goes, oh, you do stand-up? And then he gave me all this gear. He had his assistant come down and give me all this clothing, Dada shirts, Dada hats, all that shit. And he goes, and he gave me a number to this guy. His name's Carlos, right? He goes, this is my boy. Hit him up, blah, blah, blah. He'll send you some more stuff. So I went, I'm going to do this story real fast. And I start hitting him up. By the way, he's my friend to this day, Carlos. And I'm hitting up Carlos, and he's not returning my calls at all, right? So I go and wear all the stuff that he gave me, and I performed, right? I got a TV set on something, and I got it on VHS, and I remembered what he looked like. That's all I remembered, right? And I go, I'm going to get into that Magic convention, and I'm going to hand him this tape, and I'm going to tell him I got this show that I'm doing because I want him to sponsor, right? And I waited a whole year, right? And I literally, to get into this convention is like $1,000 again. I'll make up a number, but it's like $1,000 again. You got to get a pass to get in. Everybody's in there. The who's in there. You know what I mean? Snoop Dogg's in there. Everybody's in there. It's a big fucking thing. And my boy's he's one of my best friends is a b-boy. He's a dancer, right? And
you're friends with the Jabberwockies.
Yeah. Oh, I knew them when they were like 10. But like, yeah, I did. I do all of them because that's another story. I used to rent out high school gyms and do b-boy events in like 95. So, like, swear to God, it was such a hustle. You get the high school gym for the $200. You charge these kids like $7 a pop. You get like 500 kids. You just fucking cake it.
Christ.
Oh, I swear to God, you buy pizzas. You buy like 30 pizzas and you sell them $5 a slice. Bro, it's such a hustle. Like, okay, so, and my sister would be the one handing out slices, and my aunt. But anyways, my boy, he was dancing for this company called Tribal Footwear, right? And he goes, and him and his other boy, Donnie, were dancing, and they had badges, right? He goes, we'll both go in there. I'll take Donnie's badge, and I'll walk out, and I'll give you the badge, and you can get in. I was like, done. So he got me in, and I stood by that booth for 3 fucking days till Damon came. I waited for that fucker, man. And then I swear to God, on the 3rd day he came in, and I go, there's my dude. I walked right in. And you're only supposed to walk in if you're a buyer or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. I walked right in, and I go, Damon, you remember when you checked in at the hotel and blah, blah? He goes, oh, yeah, I remember you, man, the comedian. I go, yeah. He goes, you ever call Carlos? I go, nah, man, he never picked up. I called him 1,000 times. He never picked up. He's like, what? You go, Carlos. And Carlos pops up. He goes, get over here, man. Comes over. He goes, this dude, he does comedy, man. I just want to give him whatever he wants, man. Shoes, all that shit. Just give him whatever the fuck he wants, man. Like, I like this kid's hustle, blah, blah. Carlos gives me, I walked out there with like $4,000 worth of shit, man. I got a leather jacket, a hockey jersey, everything said Dada. Like shit you only saw in the music videos. I got all of it, right? Yeah. Stuff Snoop was wearing. I got all of it. You know what I mean? And then I handed him that videotape. I go, I just want you to know I wore that stuff he gave me, and I went on stage and I did this show, and I just want you to have it. He goes, what? He goes, all right, man. He handed it to Carlos, right? And he goes, check this tape out, right? And then Carlos goes, oh, dope, man. We're thinking about doing a comedy show, like a Dada comedy show. I go, man, I already got one in place, man. All I need is a sponsor, but it's already ready to go. He goes, all right, bet. I want you to put together a price sheet down for us and come to LA and blah, 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 and see if we can do that for you. So I made up this fake fucking list of the comics. I swear to God, bro, this is so crazy, right? I made up a list. How much it's going to cost. Yeah, man. How much the venue was going to cost. I need radio spots. I'm going to fly these comics out. They got to stay at the Excalibur, and I can get the rooms at this much. I had this whole breakdown sheet. It came out to $5,000, right? And I told my boy, Arista, who was doing it up for me, I go, I think it's too much. He goes, bring it down $500. I brought it down to $4,500. We went to Kinko's. We made it all nice with a plastic sleeve and shit. Went to LA, drove there in this broke ass Prelude that I had with a missing taillight. And I'm just sitting downstairs waiting for this meeting to take place. Man, my heart's pounding. I've never done anything like this before. Up. And this owner comes out. He looks like a Greek god, man. Lance Simpson, man. He had this big ass afro, light blue sunglasses. He's wearing his own gear. You know what I mean? He's a fucking young millionaire. Yeah. He sits down. He's like, yeah, man, I seen your stuff, man. Carlos showed me the tape. I go, yeah. He goes, so what, you want to do a comedy show? I go, yeah. And I handed him the thing. I go, yeah, I put this list together. And he goes, he didn't even look at it. Took me 20 hours to put this in. I never even slept. Yeah. And he goes, all right, cool, man. Let's get this shit going. And that was my relationship. I was being sponsored by an urban fucking company. This is streetwear when streetwear just started. You know what I mean? And it's like, I got the company card, right? I'm flying people to Vegas. It gets to the point where people are calling me to be on my show. You know what I mean? UPS is coming to my house maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, sending me maybe 60 pairs of Dada. It looked like a goddamn Foot Locker in there. They wanted me to just hand them out to people. Yeah, if you got friends, hand them out, man. Just give them shoes. So many pairs of Dada shoes, man. My mom is wearing Dada. It's 96, bro. Snoop Dogg and my mom is wearing Dada. You know what I mean? 96, 97, whatever that is. Yeah. And then what's the funniest shit? Fuck, there was something I wanted to tell you and I can't remember, man. Fuck, I'm having a brain fart right now. There's the best part of the whole story. God damn it. But anyways, yeah, I was being sponsored by Dada Footwear. I did Showtime at the Apollo. They flew me out to do it. This is back when the Apollo, when they really blew. Not this Hollywood shit that they're doing right now. Yeah. Like this was the raw Harlem Apollo. Yeah. Like you walked out and you weren't black, you were booed. It was that quick. It was like, boo, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I walked out and I won that shit. But if you watch the videotape, I'm wearing a Dada fucking hat, man. Dada Supreme, bro.
Shut the fuck
up. And they
up.
paid for it. The coolest family ever, man.
That's
it was the
fucking
coolest.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. It was cool.